standpoint, so I'm happy about that.
What's the status for Quincy? Is there anything more about what exactly happened to him?
No more status on him. He'll be back when he'll be back. You heard his hand.
Would you say it's week to week now at this point?
Day to day, week to week, whenever he can catch the ball.
Todd, do you like when Sam takes shots downfield? I mean, it didn't work out today, but just in terms of his.
Well, we need to take shots downfield, so we practice them. Obviously, they had it covered today, but I'm good with taking shots downfield.
What does a quarterback learn that risk reward? A young quarterback, I think, when he's coming in.
Practice, they just got to practice, they're not going to win every round. The defensive backs got to win some, or I'll be disappointed we don't get any picks. But at the same time, the quarterback's got to take care of the ball. It's just practice. They're keeping their head down. Everybody's working, so it's some good give and take.
Would you make Todd of Pryor's one-handed catch? Actually, that's Robbie also in the red zone.
Robbie's the first time I seen him catch with one hand. Pryor, I think he duplicated me because it's the catch I made in 4th grade. But it was a heck of a catch.
What kind of potential do you think this defense has?
Right now they're getting to know each other. They got to learn to play together. Obviously there's some new pieces over there, and they're working hard and got their head down. When they gel, they have great potential. But right now it's just work in progress.
How critical is it for you guys to generate more takeaways than you have in the past?
It's always good to have more takeaways. I don't care if you led the league, you want to have more takeaways than last year. So it's critical to give the offensive good team good field position and get their offense off the field as much as possible.
Is there something you can do to coach that, or is that just something that comes?
They come. We coach it all the time, and you practice it. You practice fumbles, you practice interceptions, you practice tip drills, but it's something that just comes in bunches, and we just got to keep working at it.
You've gotten quite a bit of exposure to Trenton Cannon here in camp. So what are your thoughts on what he does well? What are areas where he needs to maybe get better?
Oh.
Trenton Cannon, sorry.
I think he's grasping the offense, so he's doing less thinking. I think he made leaps and bounds from the spring and a week's progress. So he's just got to keep working. I think he's a hard-working guy. He's a confident guy, and every day he gets better at something. I don't know if there's any individual thing to get better at. It's just his overall game, and he's just got to prepare himself, and then he's got to show up in the preseason.
Todd, the officials obviously met with your guys last night. They're in here for a few days. What was your takeaway from what they said about the new rules, and how do you think your guys have responded to it?
Well, we've covered it before they even got here, so they were well aware of them right there. And, just seeing them on tape, they were just reaffirmed of those things. And like I said, they've been practicing well, and they've been trying to do it the right way. There are going to be some freak things that happen. For the most part, we practice it well, and I think they'll be fine.
What do you think about the fact that, the helmet touches the body first? It's a penalty.
Or you're talking about the top of the helmet. You can't duck your head, and, that risk injury to the tackler and the tacklee. So we try not to teach that, and we make sure we try to keep our heads up, and that's what we've been doing. So this is not a new thing for us.
Do you like the rule?
It's a rule. I mean, I think it's more or less how the referees call it. Everybody's going to have to get used to it. And, there's going to be some mistakes along the way, but I watched the Hall of Fame game, and I've seen some calls they made, and everybody's just got to get used to it. It's no different than everybody teaches. It's just more emphasis on it.
Do you think they'll over-officiate it in the preseason just to get teams more wary?
I'm sure. I expect them to. But, that's every time you put in new rule changes, that's what happens in the preseason, and then the players and the coaches have to adapt.
What's the biggest question you've gotten from players on a Todd or in last night's session that players had for the officials?
They didn't have many. Like I said, we covered it a couple times, so it wasn't a new thing. So they've already embraced and gotten used to it. Obviously, when you see some hits, obviously from people back in my era, it's a little different. And then their era now, and seeing it change a little bit, they just look at it a little differently. But they've been doing the same things they've always been doing, so it wasn't a lot of pushback.
Do you have to teach? Have you, since the spring, been teaching them a different way of tackling? You have to make.
Well, we've been teaching the right way from the beginning. It doesn't bother us one bit. Our coaches are not changing what they're doing, because I don't think any team in the league teaches to tackle with your head down. So the teaching from our standpoint is not really a factor.
You guys have Anderson and Foley as the two second-string defensive ends from right now.
What have you liked from those two guys so far in camp, and what are some things that you need to see from them and need to see them work on the rest of the way?
Well, they're smart, both very smart, both very strong. Obviously, Anderson has played a little more, and he has some experience there, so he can go down the line and rotate. And Foley is very smart and very strong, but it's been a week. We got to see some things from them and everybody else. They got to gel with the other guys, and they got to play in the preseason. So, but we like what we see thus far.
Todd, Jamal was quoted in a story that was posted today in which he questioned the team's attitude last season. He said some guys were doing the bare minimum. I think that was a quote. He described when he came here as a rookie, he felt there was like a losing mentality or culture.
Me and Jamal had talked about that, and Jamal's a very young player, and he's a very smart player, and he speaks from his heart. And no different. We talked about it. He didn't mean a lot of things that came out wrong, but from a necessary standpoint, when you give everything and you demand people to be like you, everyone's not like you. Some people learn differently, some people don't. But we talked about it, and it's just part of being a young player. He'll learn over time things to say and what he really means and what not to say. So we dealt with it. We moved on.
I think it just came out today. So is that when you talked to him today?
I've talked to him today, and I've talked to him another day, but it's just part of being a young player. It's a process, and I talked to all our young players about that, and they'll get better. Obviously, there are going to be some bumps in the road, but you move on.
Do you think the few guys who were here at the time might take that the wrong way or be upset about it?
You can't take back what you said if you said it, but, you move on, you learn from your mistakes, and you go from there.
Do you agree with his assessment? That guys were doing a bare
I
minimum?
didn't really read it, but
He said guys were doing a bare minimum in terms of playbook study and that kind of thing.
no, and I really don't discuss in-house business outside, so it really doesn't matter.
Do you think, like you said, he's an emotional guy, he's a young guy, but does he need to kind of hold back a little bit more until he gets some more pelts on his wall? So to speak?
He needs to be himself, and I'm happy with him being himself.
Everybody good? Thank you very much.
Yep.
Why was the music blasting today? That was the first time we took the music.
Well, the game's not going to be quiet Friday.
It's a home game, though.
Still not going to be quiet. We got to have some noise. Somebody's going to be cheering for music or the TV screen.
You would just be sure.
How you doing?
Can I
Good.
get 15 minutes after this? Just kidding.
Oh, okay. He got me.
Can you just either expand on and or clarify, some of those remarks that came out today that appeared to be critical of the atmosphere around here?
To be honest, man, I'm very passionate. Coming in, I was eyed, and I just wanted to come in and work hard and make an impact. Again, man, those things that came out, I don't feel very strong. As far as me saying that. Again, I just came in. I was very passionate, had energy, and I just wanted to do the best I could.
Do you have to kind of explain some of those comments to the guys who are here?
No, I mean, to be honest with you, man, none of the comments that was said, it shouldn't matter because we moved on. As a team, it's never going to be about me. It's always going to be about the team. We built this culture, and last year to this year, I see a big improvement just as a team, and we're just going to keep building each and every day.
When the bare minimum guys were, I think one of the coaches guys were doing the bare minimum. Was that about guys who aren't here right now?
To be honest, man, if I had that to say about somebody, that's my opinion. Again, I'm a hungry guy. I'm a very passionate guy. I do things a little bit different as far as how passionate I am, and when I'm on the field, again, in this world, period, not everybody works as hard as someone. So those things are left unsaid, and we're moving forward.
Yeah, but are those players that seemingly were approaching the game that way, are they still here, or
No.
They're gone?
What was your takeaway from, because we talked to Todd about this, he said he talked to you on a couple of occasions about it. What was your takeaway from those conversations with him? Was he pissed at you, or did you have a...
Yeah, he told me to go home, man. Yeah, no,
he got locked out yesterday, maybe?
Yeah, maybe why, man. He just said, just be smart. Just to continue to be passionate and working hard. Again, I never want to bash any of my teammates. That's not what I'm here for. And those guys know that. But again, it's never going to be about me. It's always going to be about this team and what we can do to build this culture up each and every day.
Do you regret some of the quotes?
I don't live with regrets.
You said it's different this year. How is it different?
Say it again.
You said that it's different now. How is it different?
Different energy. Everybody's gelling together. Everybody, is coming out here working hard. Everybody's, staying in the playbook. And, each and every day we step on the field, we want to get better. We want to win the day. So that's what we're shooting for. And, as long as we continue to stick together, one team, one goal, we'll be fine.
You're obviously an intense guy. Is it tough for you to kind of balance, like, when to be intense and when maybe to kind of dial it back? Or
Never, man, because, I'm going to continue to be myself when I'm on the field. That's just how, I am. Even off the field, I'm a fun guy to be around. But at the same time, I know how to control it in certain situations. Like if we're in 2 minutes, I can't be as hyped, because we got to know the situation. We got to know they got to get the ball out of bounds, and they're trying to get a first down. They're trying to get 3 points, touchdown, whatever it is. I got to lock in, got to rally the troops. But at the end of the day, we have a lot of leaders on that field on both sides of the ball. So it's not going to just be me. It's everybody, communicating as, 11 on the defense.
Jamal, how much, on an unrelated note, how much respect do you have for a guy like Teddy Bridgewater for what he has overcome?
A lot of respect, man. For him to go through that gruesome injury, and bounce back and do what he's doing now. He's staying positive. He's working hard, and you can't ask for a better teammate like Teddy in the locker room.
Well, you guys met with the officials last night about the helmet rule and the other new rules. What was your takeaway from what the officials told you and what you saw in the video?
It's tough. It's a tough situation, but it's a situation we cannot control. Obviously the NFL wants to make the game safer, so we have to change our game in ways that we tackle, just being smarter, keeping our head up, seeing what we hit. So each and every day we come out and practice and we work on those fundamentals.
Do you have to change your game a little the way you did?
I think I do and I don't, but at the same time I just gotta see what I hit.
Do you feel like you fully understand the changes, or are there still some things
I mean, you're gonna definitely understand it. With those fines and whatnot, you're gonna understand it really quick. So at the end of the day, again, we just gotta come out here and be fundamental sound, work on the technique of keeping our eyes up, seeing where we hit, and just working on different techniques of tackling.
Jamal, how encouraging were the takeaways today?
Say it again.
How encouraging were the takeaways today?
Great. When you can always, when you can, get takeaways from offense, you change the momentum of the game. You change the outcome. You give yourself a better chance of winning. So for JJ and those guys that come out there, I think JJ, Terrence Brooks made a play. Just getting those picks, man, and taking them back to the end zone is nothing like that, man. It flips the field.
What do you think of the depth of the group this year?
I love it, man. It's a lot of hungry guys that's willing to work. We're working together, and as long as we do that, man, and keep our head down, we'll be fine.
Well, the official, there's also the new catch rule. The official said last year's Boston Safarian touchdown would have counted under these new rules. Is it a year too late?
I mean, what you think, man? Yeah, it's too late. I mean,
Do you like? Are you happy that they've made that adjustment though?
Yeah, it's cool, man. I mean, I wish it was last year's adjustment, but it's moving along. We're moving forward. We're not worried about last year. We're worried about this year, and I'm excited for this group.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jamal. Thank you.
Didn't look happy about that.
Just got a question.
Leonard, Jamal had said in interview piece that last year there were some cases of teammates doing the bare minimum in terms of a losing atmosphere and things like that. Did you get that sense as well in 2017, and then the overall culture change?
I mean, I seen the article that you guys are talking about. I seen what Jamal supposedly said, but I personally didn't get that vibe. I've been on the team for a while, and I see the transition. You know, I see the pieces that Coach Bowles has been making and the guys upstairs, and you know, I definitely see that we're on the right path and in the right direction. But at the same time, you know, I see what point Jamal was trying to say. He probably didn't word it in the best way. You know, he's a young guy. You know, he probably doesn't understand that sometimes you can say things to the media that can be a little twisted or something like that, or fans could probably see it in the wrong way. But I think what he is trying to say that, you know, just Jets history in general, like even before Coach Bowles have gotten here, like we won one Super Bowl, which is in '68, you know, so he probably sees it as, you know, something that was a losing program, but you know, we see it as, you know, we are, you know, we have winners in this building. We have guys that Coach Bowles and McCagnon have been turning this program around, and you know, I think that he's seen it more as for us to make it to that elite program, we have to, you know, take the extra steps, take the extra mile, do the extra things that a team does, and I think it's more of just coming together as a team and doing it all together, you know.
Do you think that he helped change the culture last year into this year? Having someone like him who's so passionate and intense?
I mean, he was a rookie last year, so I don't think he I think he definitely helped us a lot, but at the same time, he hasn't gotten into his full potential yet. But I think, you know, in the future to come and this year and the years to come, you know, he's a young guy. I feel like I'm going to be able to play with him for a long time, which I love. And I think he definitely brings that intensity, that enthusiasm, that passion to the game. You know, even when he's not on the field in practice, he's cheering his guys on from the sideline. He's like dancing. He's always high motor guy. And I think, you know, for his room to be seeing that, for the defense to see that, for the team to see that, it just brings everybody to a higher standard. And I don't blame Jamal at all for what he said. Like I said, he probably just didn't word it in the best way. He's a young guy. He has a lot to learn, you know, on and off the field. And this is part of the off-the-field stuff that he needs to learn. And
does he need to say something to guys who were here before him about those comments, like you? Like, does he need to kind of set the record straight and explain what he was saying?
I'm not sure. I think everybody in this profession knows that, you know, you could sometimes word things the wrong way, and it can be twisted. And I don't know if anybody's going to take things personal. I didn't take anything personal. You know, I think I just know that he's a young guy, and he just probably said things the wrong way. And you know, I know what he was trying to get at is just saying that, you know, for this program to be elite, we just have to do the extra and not the minimum.
It's kind of rare, Leonard, though. I mean, you were a rookie in 2015. You kind of came into it was a little bit more senior locker room with Mo and Sheldon and some other guys. I think Damon Harrison might have been there.
Yeah, it was a lot of older guys. Yeah.
So, do you have to maybe remind Jamal at all that's a little, because it is a little bit unorthodox to have a rookie come in and talk a little bit as much as he has since he's been drafted, being so young and not really accomplished too much yet?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bold, I guess, to say that, but at the same time, if he's not bold, then that's taken away from everything. Like, you know, that's what he is. Like, he's passionate, he's enthusiastic. Like I said, like, he brings that energy to the field. So if I was to try to hold him back from something, then that's trying to hold him back as a person and as a player. And you know, I wouldn't want to do that. So you know, I'm not going to say that he can't speak his mind or, you know, even like say how he feels or something like that, but at the same time, just word it wisely and just know who you're talking to. You know, it's okay for you to like try to talk to guys in the locker room or talk to guys in meetings and stuff like that, or the head coach, and you know, keep it between us. But you know, once you say something in this mic or on the camera or to the fans on social media, that stuff stays out there forever. And I think he's a young guy, and he will learn that. I think this will definitely be a big learning moment for him. And you know, just that stuff is permanent, you know, and I think he'll realize that.
Do you think there were guys doing the bare minimum last year? Maybe guys who aren't here anymore?
I mean, I think on any team there's going to be some guys that are just not all the way locked in, and it doesn't matter what team you're on. Like, you could be a championship team and you're not going to be at the same level that someone's really working really hard. Like, it's just hard for everybody to be on the same exact level. But you know, what we learn as leaders is you try to get as much people on that level as possible, and that's what's going to take a team far. And getting more than 80% on that level than the rest, and you know, the rest will weed out. So there's always going to be some guys that are not doing the most that they can be doing. That's just how it is in every workplace. You know what I mean?
He was talking about guys who aren't here anymore?
I'm not sure. Like I said, I can't speak for him. I don't know who he was addressing, what he was addressing. I'm taking it from my perspective, and I think that he was just meaning as a whole, as a team, as a program, that to be elite, we just have to take the extra mile.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Leonard.
Thanks, Leonard.
Good.
Are we done in 10?